Baseball research is a beast. There is so much data, insight, and analysis to comb through, so hopefully this tutorial can help as a starting point for your research on Props.Cash. Now, before we get into it, there isn't just one way to do research on the tool. There will be some viewers who don't do it this way, and that's the beauty of it. The best part of Props.Cash is there are many different routines out there and many different ways to go about processing all of the data. We're going to look at 3 props: strikeouts, hits, runs, and RBIs, and home runs. First, strikeouts. To find a starting point, let's look at matchup grade. Yankees starter Carlos Rodon has had a nice last 5 and gets a B-level matchup grade. If we go into his player page and straight to his matchup page, we see that the Athletics strike out the 4th most in baseball against lefties, and opposing lefties are clearing their strikeout props at a 100% hit rate in the Athletics' last 10 games. His matchup insight also leans over, with a strong whiff percentage versus the Athletics' high strikeout rate versus lefties, which we can confirm by switching to the left-handed pitcher section on the lineup chart, where we see 4 Athletics hitters have a strikeout rate above 32% against lefties, and a 5th is at 25%. And then we switch to the head-to-head section and see that in 37 career plate appearances head-to-head, Rodon has a 29.7 strikeout rate against this lineup. Let's get detailed. The 5 batters with K rates, 25% or higher, all have key pitch matchup insights that make this a good matchup for Rodon. Nick Kurtz gets dominated by off-speeds, and so does Brent Rooker. Colby Thomas is going to struggle with Rodon's breaking ball, and so is Tyler Soderstrom. And then Henry Boltze and Rodon's fastball are going to be a battle at the plate. So if we combine his recent play and his matchup against the Athletics, this is starting to look pretty good. Let's add a cherry on top. His pitch count has consistently risen over his 3 starts this season, and in his last 10 games with 90 pitches or more, he has seen solid results. Now, we don't know if he's going to see 90 pitches, but if we like all of the other data and we think that he is going to have a good start that stretches some innings, this is the kind of data that can just back up our thinking. HRR is up next. We'll use Jazz Chisholm Jr., who has a green last 5 and a solid matchup grade. When we go into his player page, his recent play is strong, with 7 HRR in his last 2 games and 2 or more HRR in 3 of his last 4. In his matchup page, his matchup insights tells a strong story. And his key pitch data looks good too, reinforced by the pitch type advantage going to Chisholm 2-1. A batter versus pitcher head-to-head that leans positive is always a great sign, with Chisholm dominating Severino in his 14 plate appearances, with 3 of his 5 hits going for extra bases. And our cherry on top here is that he's been hitting really well lately on the road, especially at night. Lastly, home runs. Not only one of the hardest to hit, but one of the hardest to research. But we try to make it easy. My preferred starting point is a combination of head-to-head and matchup grades. First, let's isolate batters with more than 2 career home runs against the starter they're facing. And now the top player on our matchup grade sort is Michael Busch. He's got 2 home runs in his last 5, which is a strong first step. In his matchup page, we get a strong overview between Busch's power and Palante's home run per plate appearance to lefties. We already know the head-to-head history is good, and the key pitch data reinforces a strong matchup for Busch when he sees the fastball. Palante doesn't give up a lot in Busch's key zone, but the barrel percentage is so high that we're willing to overlook this. The wind and weather aren't much of a factor here, both for and against, so we'll finish our research with his history on the road in St. Louis. 2 home runs in his last 4 games. Between his recent play overall, his recent play in St. Louis, combined with Palante's data versus lefties and their head-to-head, there's a lot to like here. So there are 3 quick ways that you can do research on Props.Cash for Major League Baseball. There are so many ways to go about using the app, but hopefully a combination of these looks can help you better utilize the tool. If you'd like to see more tutorials, comment below what you want to see and we'll make it happen.